It is abnormal for people who have green cards to be denied based on a crime that was committed and paid for decades ago. It is abnormal. That's never happened. This process that is being used now is entirely in conflict with the Immigration Act. In fact, and now this new facial recognition software and the fact that we're being told to share, this is unprecedented. We have privacy rights as U.S. citizens, and those departments do not cross-share for a variety of reasons. So those are the things that are completely abnormal. I think if we're not in those systems or they don't impact us directly, we are unaware because, we have other things that we're worried about. Look, I agree with Senator Murphy. This cannot wait until 2026. This has to be done actively now as people in whatever fashions we can to continue to say, this is not normal. We can't go on with our normal day-to-day lives, which is why I walked. I was hoping to be able to draw that attention in a variety of ways, but to just say, I don't normally walk. I actually had never had a desire to run a marathon. I walked 3 in 3 days. This is not my norm. I didn't train for it. I wasn't aware of it. My body is not thanking me, but it has been inspirational to do that because I've been reminded of how many other people are fighting a good fight or are trying their best to make people aware of what's happening. And but also when you walk across the district, right? Representative Tenney runs our district. When you walk across our district and 220,000 people are on Medicaid, that we have a detention center here, that the women are being held in Niagara County jail, that the people don't feel safe, that people are given notice to appear in court and then being arrested the night before, that people are told if they self-deport, that's a better process, but that's not normal. You normally don't have to self-deport if you've come in through a legal process. But it does lead to deporting anybody, and then June 11th was a memo sent out about deporting naturalized citizens, which has hardly ever happened. And usually if that happens, it's because they've lied about who they were on the intake. It happened predominantly in places like, something like Nazi Germany, where people who were part of Hitler's crew lied about who they were so they could come and live in the United States and not have to pay for their consequences. That's how it's historically been done. Or not. You welcome people because that's the mandate that we have, that you see in them that they were created in the image of God, that they're human, and so not feeding them, not clothing them is dehumanizing, and that's what's happening even in these systems now. These are people who aren't armed, and they're like 9 people sent to arrest them and violently do so. And the other abnormal part is that they're not telling their name and their badge numbers, and they're not showing their faces, and the law says that they have to. And I have great respect for people who do this work on a day-to-day basis. It is hard and your life is threatened. But that is not normal, what is happening. And I will refuse, we can have different opinions, but we really can't have different facts.